Hello!
Hello!
So, I don't know if you were watching my stories earlier, but I said that I was going to meet Mal. This is Mal.
Totally out of my comfort zone doing this,
Not
sad to say.
Not used to doing lives. But we've been here gassing away, and I wanted to talk about Portugal because I know that we were talking yesterday. Our regional sales director Babette came onto her Instagram and was talking about the amazing opportunities that you can have or achieved by working hard and then getting on these luxury, all-inclusive paid trips. So I want to talk to Mel about that trip. So what did you have to do in order to achieve that trip?
So this trip is from last year because of COVID. Obviously we couldn't go. So Portugal is 2021.
Right.
So during that time it was bang in the middle of lockdown. So actually to achieve gold champion, there was nearly 80 of us that went. And for us to achieve gold champion during lockdown was actually a real big achievement. So we were all really proud of that fact for a start, because obviously our businesses changed considerably. We went from face-to-face deliveries to you can't see anybody, and it was all online and virtual. So
there were 80 of you?
Yeah, 80 out of 8,000 consultants.
80?
So in order to achieve that, we have to maintain gold status for 10 out of the 12 months.
Yeah.
And we have to have 4 new team members during that time that have joined in the business that we've sponsored.
Right.
So it's building the team and also it's achieving gold status throughout the year. So it's hard work, but the rewards are amazing. I mean,
So talk me through the trip.
Well, we arrived at Stansted on the Sunday, and from then on in, it was just pure luxury. We were spoiled from beginning to end. We really were. Paul and I both went, and yeah, it was just lovely. It was first-class accommodation, lovely people. I think the best bit, yes, we were spoiled, and it was beautiful weather, beautiful accommodation. The head office had excelled themselves, really had. But I think for me, it was about. It's the first time really meeting other consultants, like-minded people, sharing ideas. We were all there for the same reason. It was special because it was the first time we'd all got together after lockdown. But I think as well, it was just about celebrating that achievement, celebrating the fact that we'd got to a certain level in our business, and it was mixing with other consultants, sharing ideas, networking, making new friends, seeing old friends, and it was just you can't help but be fired up by it.
How long have you been a consultant, and what were you doing before you became a consultant?
So I was a nurse for 40 years before I joined this business, and I started my business as I retired.
Right.
So I retired at 55, and I decided that this linked very much in with what I'd been doing previously. So for me, it was still helping people, still changing people's lives, still helping people to transform their lives or make a difference. So for me, it was a natural progression. I transformed my life. I lost 9.5 stone with one-to-one. So for me, it was, why not, really? And then my husband joined me in the business and we worked together. So from that point of view, it's been the first couple of years, I suppose I was building my business. I missed out on the championship the year before just by 1 month, which I thought it was not going to happen next year, and it didn't, luckily. And now this year's one, we're going to Marbella in September.
What do we say about Marbella? No carbs before mobs.
And you know, it's a lot of the same people, so it was, and 4 days felt like you've been there for 10 weeks.
Honestly, the social media posts were non-stop. It felt like that. I think that because there were so many people posting over such a short period.
You felt like you were there with us.
Well, it felt like it was such a long trip. It's amazing. I'm just going to scroll back. Thank you so much, everybody who's joining.
Hello, everybody.
If you want to ask a question, if you look down at the bottom, there's a little speech bubble with a question mark in it. If you direct your questions in there, then we'll be able to see them pop up. Now, obviously, like when you were a nurse, and that is, you know, just by being a nurse is a rewarding job in itself. But that was on a kind of like patient nurse level. In terms of the organisation, were there any rewards from that aspect?
40 years? No, you've got to be joking. The rewards were day to day. You know, the rewards were the thank yous you got from the patients, the rewards from seeing that you'd made a difference or you'd made somebody smile. Yes, of course, I loved being a nurse. I was one of those sad people that wanted to be a nurse from when I was about 4, you know, and that's all I've ever done, all I'd ever known. So for me, it was a big transition because, you know, when somebody says to you, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a nurse. And then suddenly I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it was a big transition into this role because you sort of think, well, who am I now?
Yeah.
So it's almost like reinventing yourself. So if you think that the job you're in you don't like, if you think the job you're in is something that isn't for you, if you think that you can't do this, you can, because actually if I can do it at 55 and build a successful business, anybody can, you know. I haven't got any special skill set. Going from being a nurse and retiring and doing this, there's a lot of skills I had, but if you work in retail, if you work in, you know, admin, if you work in, you know, there were so many people on the Champs trip that had got, you know, accountancy backgrounds or retail backgrounds or had their own businesses or, you know, did loads of different things. So, you know, accountancy for me was like, so I've had to learn new skills. And, you know, at the beginning of this, I said that doing a live is outside my comfort zone, you know, because you have to put yourself outside your comfort zone in order to grow. And actually, unless you do that and you step outside, however uncomfortable it may feel, the only way you learn is if you do that. So actually, for me, it's about just, you know,
progression, isn't it?
It is. And I messaged you and we hadn't met, and I just said, you know, fancy coffee, you're in my area, let's meet up, let's see. I'd seen you on an Instagram and we have similar ideas.
And this is work, like this is, you know, this
is hard work, isn't it, really?
Work.
You know, having a coffee, lovely, in Starbucks and nattering, it's, you know, really hard, but it's really nice because you network with other like-minded people and actually make friends. And, you know, I mean, I came back from Portugal and my phone has not stopped buzzing from people just, you know, oh, wasn't it lovely? This time last week we were sat there, and it was amazing. And, you know, 4 days was gone in a flash, but what it gives you, you feel fired up, you feel inspired, you feel, you know, motivated to take your business to the next level. And that's really important. That's really important, especially, you know, you go back to saying about working for the NHS. I felt a little bit flat at the end of my career. I felt a little bit burnt out is probably the word. You give a lot of your time and actually there's very little organisational reward. And I think I put a post up when I came back that after 40 years of working in the NHS, I feel privileged to be doing this job, privileged to still make a difference to people's lives, helping people to transform their world, sharing ideas, meeting people, being rewarded for it with a 4-day holiday in Portugal. Business trip, sorry, I must say business trip.
Yeah, business trip.
But it felt like a holiday, I tell you.
It's so weird, and I know I talk about it a lot because I cannot believe that you know, and I know that I say this a lot, and I know that a lot of people that follow my Instagram will know I say it a lot, because I genuinely can't believe how lucky and how privileged I feel, and I'm at the very beginning of my career.
It's really funny you should say lucky, because when we were in Portugal we said lucky, and I was pulled up by a couple of more experienced consultants that said it's not luck, it's down to hard work. You know, coming into this business is not a gift, it's a gift in the sense that the opportunity is a gift, but if you think coming in and you don't have to work, yes you do, but the rewards are tenfold,
I guess
and that's the
what
difference.
I mean.
We're lucky to benefit from the rewards, but you work hard for it.
And I think that's it, you know, when I went to convention last year and I sat in that room of about...
Was that the first time you did?
No, I went to 2019. And I sat in that room and I just thought, you know, this person next to me is about to get up on stage for their hard work and get rewarded. And I thought, well, if I work hard, I could get up on stage. And I thought, therefore, there's no difference between me and whoever's else in that room. The only thing that will separate us is our effort and our work ethic to achieve. And I know that that's what I want to do. And I feel almost like it's my, not duty, but I was so desperately unhappy in my job at the time.
What did you do?
I was just admin, and I was
just admin.
It was admin, but it was a role that was completely unfulfilling. I wasn't enjoying myself. I felt like I had no sense of purpose. I wasn't doing anything that was satisfying. And then I found this job, and I am so passionate about it that I just want to tell everybody, there's an opportunity here, and you can decide that you want to find out more, or equally you don't. But I just don't want this ever to pass you by and go, oh, I didn't know that could happen, or this was, you know, that this could be something that I could achieve. You can, and you know, there is no
limit.
Exactly.
There's no limit.
You don't have to
There's
wait.
two arms to the business, and there's the side where you see clients, and that side of the business is fine. But also there's the other arm to the business, which is a residual income, where once you sponsor people, there's a residual income from that. So having a team and having clients means that, you know, it pays the mortgage.
Absolutely.
You know,
and also,
that would happen.
Really want to go on those holidays, and I just think,
Business
you know,
trips.
business trips. But I'm so passionate about it, and there's a business opportunity meeting tonight that Matt is hosting. What have you got to lose? And I think that
no obligation to this.
And also, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. There's no way that you can, you know, unless you're very fortunate. But it does take hard work, and it does take consistency, but it does pay off. And
can I ask you? You said that you used to be admin.
Yeah.
You've got two young boys.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that they were into football. And that. When you were admin, would you have attended all their events?
No.
So actually, it's meant as a mummy that you're now able to be available for all those things that they need to do.
Yeah.
Do you take them to school?
Yeah.
Do you pick them up
Yeah.
from school?
Yeah.
How wonderful is that?
know.
That is, you know, how many people out there can obviously say that you take your children to school, you pick them up from school, and
I hope you can hear us. Sorry.
you know, you work every day and you get rewarded for it.
I know, and I never thought that was something that was important to me until I had kids. And in fact, it was only the other day that my eldest, who's 8, he said to me, "Mummy, are you picking me up from school today?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." He said, we don't need to go to a childminder or an after-school club. And I said, "No, because I can pick you up now." And he said, "It makes me so happy to see you at my school gate." And I thought it was kind of almost like a mic drop moment. I was like, there you go, there's all the validation that I need.
You don't need any more,
No,
do you?
no, that was it.
And, you know, from the point of view of, you know, just spending time with friends, going to meet up for coffee, you know, just networking with other people, like-minded people, just gives you that flexibility, that opportunity, gives you financial freedom. You know, financial freedom, who wouldn't like a little bit of extra pocket money to save towards a holiday?
Yeah.
So whether you want to build a business or whether you just want a bit of extra pocket money, you know, you can. And the other thing about this business is that you don't have to be active all the time. So it's something that you can step back from if you have a baby, if you're poorly, if something goes on in your life, and pick back up again further down the line. You know, it's not something that you have to hit targets. It's not target driven. So there's no targets to hit each month where you have to sell X amount. You know, it's your business, you're self-employed. So from that point of view, it's not?
Yeah.
Why not? What have you got to
Why
lose?
not? Why not?
And you might even end up in Marrakesh next year.
I'm definitely trying to go for that one. Yeah, so I just wanted to jump on with Mel and completely chuck her in.
Chuck me in the deep end. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you've got any questions or if you'd like any more information about the plan, about being a consultant, I'll tag Mel on this live so you can reach out to either one of us and we'll get back to you. So in the meantime, have a lovely Wednesday.
And hopefully we're going to do some coffee morning to get together to talk about women's health and maintenance, which would be really lovely.
Yeah, you know, women of a certain age.
Watch this spot.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll get some more information once we've sealed some dates in. Anyway, have a fab morning.
Bye.
My goodness me.